Hi, my name is Amanda Gornick, and this is my final paper presentation for Anthropology 242, where I talk about shamanism and the native Alaskan culture. Let's go ahead and get started. I do think it is very important before reading an article to kind of get a basic idea of the person that is writing it, to be able to understand their previous knowledge base, but then also how they are drawing conclusions within that article. I am 37 years old. I just moved to Alaska just a few short months ago. I have previously never been to Alaska, and this is something that is new to me. I have only lived in the lower 48 states of the United States. I have lived in both West Coast and East Coast, as my husband is military, so we do move around quite a bit. I have a bachelor's and a master's in education, and this is where a lot of my passion stems from. I work currently as a director for a child development center here locally in Juneau. I've been married to the same man for 15 years, and I am the mother of two fantastic daughters. My previous knowledge base of shamanism, I have known nothing previously to writing this piece. I am also taking an ANS 101 History of Alaska course along with this Anthropology 242 class, which I think has helped tremendously because I am able to learn a lot of different topics about Alaska, but together. And they've really kind of been able to help with each other in the work that I've been doing between each course. This is my first time ever learning about the Native Alaskan history, and it's something new to me, but very interested in what I'm learning. I'm a devout Christian. I have been and I always will be. But I'm also very open-minded and not judgmental about other religions, or their ways of life. Why did I pick shamanism as my topic? Well, again, I'm really fascinated with other world religions. I want to know the how, the why. Why are they practicing this? Why are they performing these ceremonies? Just kind of getting a all-around understanding of why they do what they do in shamanism. And I'm very interested to know that. Let's continue. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary actually defines shamanism as a religion that is practiced by the indigenous people that relates to the belief of the unseen world, which could include demons, gods, and ancestral spirits. There is some truth to this, but there is a great deal missing and does not give us the full scope of what shamanism truly is. Antukas gives us 3 reasons why shamanism is hard to describe and comprehend. First one is, there are only small fragments that actually remain of the original version of the religion. It continues, since then, has continued to transform, reform, and restructure into what it is today. Those small artifacts can be found in cave paintings and rock etching dating back to 50,000 years ago. These can take a great deal of time to transcribe, but as you can see, are very, very breathtaking. Reason number 2. Shamanism was suppressed because of the strong force behind Christianity. This was mainly done by the government and other Christian missionaries that came into Alaska. Christians believed that they were given a right by God to claim any land that had non-Christians, that belonged to non-Christians, and then to make those people of the land more civilized, which means more like them and Christian. They used a great deal of force to push in Christianity and take out shamanism. Reason number 3. Individuals have a very difficult time being able to distinguish between shamanism and a myth. A myth is just something that is simply false, a belief, a story, or an idea. For example, the Native Alaskans believe that rubbing a baby girl's head with a camp robber's feather will give her nice thick hair. If you do not have a knowledge base of shamanism, you may see this as a myth when it is something true that is practiced among the Native Alaskan shamanism culture. Shamanism is a relationship between the physical and the spiritual world and how they are connected. It is a basic understanding of the unity between the mind, the body, and spirit, and one affects the other and all together. Natives fear that the communication could be lost between the spiritual world and the physical world, which would be devastating. Both good and bad spirits are constantly at work, and they can overall impact the natives' daily lives. It is rooted in sustainability. This means that just not being able to be harmful or depleting the natural resources around us. It supports the long-term ecological balance of our world. Okay, we know that we are only a very small part to a much bigger ecosystem. Okay, we know that we are connected to the land, the water, and the animals, and we need to be able to respect that link between them. We are all interdependent on one of them. If the land is struggling, we will struggle. The water is struggling, the animals and the people are struggling. We're all related to one another and we're all dependent on one another. And shamanism values this part. Shamanism in Alaska. It is the belief of a very special connection between their land and the animals within that land. Okay, they both call themselves kinship with the animals to whom they share the land with. They're related to them. The animals and the natives have a very common spiritual connection. And this is portrayed in different stories that include animal personification and how they're related to the natives. It's not practiced as much as it used to be in Alaska, but it really is still in the hearts of the Native Alaskan people. Shamans from the past, they are known as a spiritual specialist. They can also be called healer, medicine man, woman, spiritual leader, storyteller, worker, or walker between two worlds. They could be both male or female. They're responsible for all religious functions, and they are trained as an apprentice by following someone else who has been a shaman. Okay, their jobs include healing, cleansing, repairing relations, predicting the future, interpreting occurrences or dreams, predicting the location of game during the different hunting seasons, and they battle other shamans. They are believed to be able to heal both through herbal knowledge as well as spiritual powers. They have extensive knowledge of herbal medical purposes. They are able to send the bad spirits away and then summon the good spirits. They are able to also communicate with past ancestors. They travel between both the physical world and the spiritual world by physically adjusting their own consciousness. And every shaman has their own personal unique dance and song that they do perform. Shamans are respected, they are valued in their communities, but they are also feared. The communities and villages pay them well, and they make sure that they're taken care of, all of in the hopes of keeping good spirits happy and on their side and the bad spirits away. Present-day shamans have adapted throughout the years to the need of the population that they serve. Okay, they still have the same root values, that spiritual balance between the physical and the spiritual world, that balance and peace. They believe that illnesses actually stem from different spiritual problems and issues that we might have inside of us. They want to bring harmony to the individual spirit, and in order to do that, they will heal illnesses through the harmony of an individual spirit. Jobs include ceremony maker, dream interpreter, therapist, destiny revealer, astrologist, finding out what is lost, animal communicator, widow, wisdom keeper, ghost chaser, and psychic. Present day shamans need to master 3 different skills to be able to be called a good shaman. Okay, they need to be able to alter their state of consciousness, okay, between the physical world, being able to travel between the physical world and the spiritual world. Now, they need to be able to travel there, but they also need to be able to meditate between the spiritual world and the physical world, okay? They also need to be able to serve the needs of the community by being a physician, by being a priest, a dietitian, a psychiatrist. So they need to be able to have these 3 things in order to master being a shaman. Go back. Okay, with COVID-19, they are working with other shamans and their spiritual ancestors to bring healing to the people that are battling COVID-19. They believe that everything is interconnected with each other, and this is why COVID-19 has gotten as bad as it has. They're wanting to bring people back to the knowledge of that interconnection between the land, the animals, the plants, and the other people, and how we are all dependent on each other. By providing this education, they will hopefully bring people back to their true spiritual power again, which will then provide a healthier life and equilibrium into the future. In conclusion, shamanism and the roles of shamans have changed over time. The basic root values are still the same, though. They want to heal through spiritual equilibrium. They still promote the strong relationship between the land and the animals and us, the people. And this is all done with the purpose of helping people find spiritual peace and balance. Bishop states that by nurturing those relations through observation and conscious interaction, we actually develop a reciprocity we need to create health and equilibrium now and into the future, which is very, very crucial to the shaman and the shamanism religion. These are just some of my references if you would like to take a look. I had a lot of great references in here. Thank you so much. I do hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to doing things into the future with you. Have a great day. Bye.